So rational zero theorem is basically telling you how to determine possible zeros without a calculator. Okay, what are the possible zeros of your polynomial? And this was calculated by someone who's like, you know what? I just realized that there's a pattern here and it's crazy. But the pattern is it's the factors of your constant divided by the factors of your leading coefficient. Okay, so we call those our p factors divided by our q factors. So those are your possible zeros. Your rational zero theorem is saying that you can create a list of possible solutions. Does that make sense? By following these two rules. So to find your possible list, it's the factors of your constant divided by your factors of your leading coefficient. In math, we call it P over Q. It's your P over your Q. And it's going to be positive and negative up each one of those values. So for example, if I have, bless you, 2x to the third plus 3x half minus 8x plus 3. The factors of 3 are 3 and 1. The factors of 2 are 2 and 1, right? So all my possible combinations of 3 over 1 and 3 over 2 are my possible outcomes. So we would have 3 divided by 2, plus or minus. 3 divided by 1, plus or minus. 1 divided by 2, plus or minus. 1 divided by 1, plus or minus. That means out of these 8 possible numbers, 3 of them are my zeros, are potentially my zeros. 3 of them are where I would possibly cross the x-axis, or where I should cross the x-axis. And that's all that rule is telling you. How can you predict where your function should be changing or changing from positive to negative? Or not changing from positive to negative if it's a multiplicity of 2. Okay, are we ready to test the theorem? So here's ours. So we have negative 2x cubed minus 17x squared plus 7x plus 2. So we got to find our P and our Q. Our P is our constant, which is 2. And the factors of our constant are just 2 and 1. Agree? Our Q is our leading coefficient. Our leading coefficient is negative 10. The factors of negative 10 we have 1, 2, 5, and 10, right? To find our possible solutions, it's plus or minus P over Q. So plus or minus 2 over 1. That's 1. That's 2 of them, sorry. Plus or minus 2 over 2. Plus or minus 2 over 5. Plus or minus 2 over 10. I'm writing them all out just for the sake of it, and we'll reduce when done. But I wanted you to see that all you're doing is taking the factors of P and dividing them by the factors of Q. Did you see how we did that? 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 5, 2, 10. And I'm going to repeat it again for 1. So then my next set would be plus or minus 1 over 1. Plus or minus 1 over 2. Plus or minus 1 over 5. Plus or minus 1 over 10. Now, some of them repeat because they reduced down to the same value, correct? Yes. So that's what you do when you write your final answer, is you're going to eliminate, well, not eliminate, but figure out what repeats. So my possible ones are, 2, correct? This is a solo. So we have plus or minus 2. Done. Okay. We have 2 over 2 and 1 over 1, and they both equal what? 1. So our other one would be plus or minus 1. We have 2/5, and it's the only one, plus or minus 2/5. We have 2/10. Is 2/10 the only one? 2/10 and 1/5 are the one and the same. So we have plus or minus 1/5. We have 1/2. And we have 1/10. So these are all possible zeros of negative 2x to the third minus 17x squared plus 7x plus 2. These are all your possibilities. Okay? To check those possibilities, my friend, do you guys remember us learning synthetic division? Yes, that is how we check those possibilities. You check those possibilities by using synthetic division. Okay? So we're going to model checking it. I'm going to be honest with you. I understand that if you're doing this at home, you're probably going to, yes, you'll list them out, but you're probably going to graph and look at the x-intercept. So I'm not going to lie to myself and be delusional, but I am going to still teach the course like I'm supposed to. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're going to look at them. Oh, I need a space to write. Oh, I did. I need to remember my numbers. Did y'all write them down? Okay, good. All right. So here we have f of x equals negative 10x to the third. So we learned synthetic division. With synthetic division, you would take any of those numbers you listed out and they would go on the outside of your box. So let's say we wanted to start off with positive 2, right? So I would put 2 on the outside and I'm going to write out my coefficients. I have negative 10, I have negative 17, I have positive 7, and I have 2. I'm going to bring it on down and start. If I get 0, then it is a 0. Does that make sense? If I don't get 0, then it's not one of the, it was just a possible, but it didn't work. Okay, so we have 2 times negative 10, which is negative 20. We have negative 17 and negative 20, which makes negative 37. 2 times negative 37. It's taking me really out of there. So I can keep going, but is this going to end well? No. We could keep trying, but this is going to definitely end at not working. Okay. So this one is not. So even though it was a possible, did it work? No. So then you go on to the next one. It literally would be you just trying another one. So let's say I decided to try, let's try negative 1. Trying negative 1. I have negative 10, negative 17, 7, and 2. Start off. I have negative 1 times negative 10 is, a negative times a negative is a positive. So we get positive 10. And now I have negative 7. Negative 1 times negative 7 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. Negative 1 times 14 is, does that equal 0? Equals negative 12. Womp, womp, womp. That one didn't work either. Okay. And then you keep going. So that is how you would test out those. Out of the ones you have, you would literally go through doing synthetic division to see which one gives you a 0. Okay. It's not like a hard task. It's just tedious. Okay. I remember that my teacher, my algebra 2 teacher, she had that as like, as we came in, it was a race. Like you had to find it. And the first person to figure out the one that worked with synthetic, we got a prize. And she always chose ones that had like forever amount of options. Like it wasn't just, oh, you got 8. No, there's 13, not 13, 14 options, 16 numbers. Which one's going to work? And you had to like try to beat everyone to figure out, to be the first one to get a 0 with synthetic. This one didn't work. Like you're going fast, you're just like, and you're not talking to each other either. You're just growling. Um, like you would like